12 months by myself in India. You guys probably think that I'm pretty crazy for doing that, but there's a good reason why I did it, and I want to have an honest conversation with you. If you are a person like me that grew up in a Western country, you can identify pretty much probably with the things that I'm gonna say. As any other part of the world, the society plays a really big role in terms on defining who you are and what you should do in life. And part of the Western countries, they tend to have a society that pressures a lot in luxuries and accomplishments in order for you to get value in the society. So basically, when you are, let's say, 25 years old, you better have already a career started and you must be thinking about what's the next step. So by the age of 35, 40 years old, you better have already your master's degree, at least study, have a good income, and let's start thinking about buying a nice house, and you better have your own car, be married, and possibly with kids. So it's pretty pressure, like the rat race is on. Because by the year that you're 40 years old, you better have all of the checklist already done. And girl or dude, you better look good while you do it. Not that taking care of yourself is nothing wrong with that. It's absolutely perfect. But there's a lot of pressure on just, like I said, achievements and status and luxuries around you. Even if I did everything by the book, let's say I had my postgraduate studies, I have my own company, I bought a house, a car, I had a marriage, and the next step was basically having kids. And I started asking myself actually if that was filling my soul and my heart. And I realized that even if I had moments of happiness, basically all of my accomplishments and luxuries that I was acquiring at that young age was mostly for the society, for fitting in that group of people that I was surrounded with. I tell you guys, it's really hard because it's what you know, it's what everybody around you is doing, is what you have believed in since you're a kid, a little child. So it's really hard to just step out from that and start questioning yourself, really, is this the life I really want to live, or this is the life that I am just living because? And at one point I knew that I needed to make a big change, but for that I needed a complete transformation. And let's be honest, transformations are not a simple thing to do in just 1 week or a couple of days, or just because I did a retreat or a course, I'm already working on that. No, transformation required time, commitment, and lots of work. So I knew that I needed a complete change of my surroundings in order for me to just change my belief system and start changing my mindset. Not saying that if you are in that moment of your life, you need to do a radical change, but in my personal case, I need to do it. Basically, I knew that I wanted to choose a place where everything was completely different as the society that I grew up with. So I put my eyes in a country that is in Asia. And I wanted a country that I knew that has a lot of diversity. So I choose India, and it was a perfect choice just because I knew that also I wanted to study some things related to spirituality, and that was the perfect place to do that. So basically, I made a plan. First of all, I made a decision, and second of all, I made a plan. The plan that I did was to work almost every single day for 6 months, not spending much money more than essentials. Also sell some things that I wasn't using, and I collected all of that money, and basically I bought a one-way ticket to India. I didn't have much of a plan. The only thing that I knew is that I was gonna go maybe 3 months or 6 months. I never knew that I was gonna stay for actually 14 months in Asia, 12 in India. So I just took the airplane. I basically didn't tell anybody, none of my friends or people that I knew. I just told my parents that I was gonna go, and I just went. Wow. If you haven't been in India, wow. I don't know, guys, when you land into a place that is completely different as any country that I ever been before, and where just the amount of diversity that exists in just one same place is just crazy. It just blows your mind. India is so rich in culture and religions and social status, and everything, like I said, is in the same vortex. So it's just crazy to see all of the different areas and types of people coexisting in the same place. And the most amazing thing that I can see from a place like India is the lack of judgment of that diversity, because it's so much that there's not even room for judgment. There's not a room for wrong or right, and that is just beautiful to presence that. And I can see that it helped me a lot to just break free from my judgmental mind of trying to classify everything as good or bad or correct and incorrect. In a place like that it is. That's all. Through my travelings, I start just hopping from one place to another. In ones I stay more than in other ones. And I just start realizing that every time that I start meeting new people, new forms of thinking, I realize that they left me something for my own transformation. And it was crazy because I met so many crazy and different people that I have never met people like that before. Things like, for example, people that was working so much in their own spirituality that they just choose to not speak, and they haven't speak one single word in more than 5-6 years. Imagine things like people that they choose to just not have possessions of anything, and they have been living for more than 10 years, 20 years with no possessions, nothing. People that they just choose to live in a cave, or people that even they didn't have any possessions, that they didn't even wear clothes, and that was completely fine. No one was looking at them weird. They were just with their own belief system, and that was perfect. Families, for example, that they choose to not even put their kids in school, and the education that they was given the kids were just the travelings. So families from not only India but from all around the world just being nomads, which I found it amazing, so cool. So many people nomads that they were just traveling around, and like-minded people like myself that they were just wanted to choose a different lifestyle and not just following the society rules, for saying somehow. So all of that experience made me wanting more and more, and 2 months converted in 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and at the end I stayed there for 1 complete year. And I knew that I needed to do this trip alone, because if I was going to travel with somebody of my own world, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to open my heart and my mind completely. And I needed to just like deliver to the experience completely alone, with no influence of my own world. So I did that. It was pretty scary at many moments. It was pretty difficult in others, but it was beautiful. It just changed me, because all of that experience just make me realize that there's no wrong or right way to do things, and that I am free to decide the type of life that I want to have. And I am free to decide that every single day, meaning that I can change paths whenever I want to. And that I don't have the necessity to choose one path just because I need to belong, or just because I need to make other people happy, or just because my value as a person is in that path. So getting that clarity and that freedom, I'm gonna be forever grateful for this experience of living in India by myself for 12 months. If you are a person right now that you feel that the pressure is on, that the rat race it's real, I just want to tell you that you don't need to do something as radical as I did. But please step out of your comfort zone, step out of your own little world, and just realize that the possibilities are endless, and that you can be true to yourself. Okay? And no one has the answer. The only answer, as cliche as it sounds, is inside you. Okay? Whatever makes you happy, whatever brings you peace, and whatever makes you feel that you are just taking out your own potential as a human being, because you're extraordinary if you allow it to be. So to finish this video, guys, I just want to make this question for you. Please define what is success for you. Take care. See you in the next video.